Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match reaction. Everton 0, Aston Villa 2. The Blues beaten at home for the first time under Sean Dyche. In a very, very frustrating afternoon. It wasn't a very good game of football, I'll be honest, but I don't expect very good games of football between now and the end of the season. I think both teams were poor, really poor. And the game turned on a penalty decision. It was a penalty. There's no complaints about that. It was a ridiculous decision by Garner to try and win the ball in that area. And it's cost Everton dearly. And then obviously Villa broke away and added a second with, again, some really poor defending from Conor Cody this time. And they've won the game. And Everton, the minute it went 1-0 to Villa, there was no way back for Everton. This team simply doesn't score goals. I thought the manager, for me personally, got it wrong today. I'd have never started with Neil Maupay. He's up against two very big centre-backs in Tyrone Mings and Eze Konsa. And it played out like that, really. Apart from the odd little touch, neat touch, he didn't do much. Wasted a good opportunity in the first half. And he's just not much of a threat. And that's... it's frustrating, of course it is. He was the one we brought in to try and back up Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It is what it is. There's no point going back over it. Everton came out in the first half. And like I said, neither team, Villa, I thought were really poor at the back. I thought all of the defenders were poor today. But where they are good is in the final third. And obviously they had John McGinn as well, who had a good game in midfield. Leon Bailey, an old favourite of mine. He didn't really do that much, to be fair, but he carried the threat. And he had Ollie Watkins, who I like, who's busy and looks a threat, a live way. And obviously Jacob Ramsey's excellent as well. I'm not saying he had a great game, because he didn't, but they are dangerous. And then obviously the subs they made in the second half, certainly bringing on Wendy, who is a good player. And he was key, wasn't he, in both goals. Everton, opportunities. Dwight McNeil put some good crosses in the first half. We had opportunities off corners. Iwobi had a good move, and Alex Iwobi forced a save out of Martinez, one he should save, really. The Maupay one I've talked about. We got in and made the wrong decision, but that happens when you haven't got players who are comfortable scoring goals. They make poor decisions. And that is the frustrating thing, as it was against Leeds last week. We should have been 3 up at half-time against Leeds. I feel like we should have been in front today at half-time, and we weren't. And when you have a team that just is devoid of any kind of goals, and then you're playing your main striker who scored 1 goal all season, and it's March, next time Everton take the field, that's poor management. And I thought he got it wrong. For me, he got it wrong today. Others will say, no, we understand what he did. I don't understand why he played him, but there you go. Come out for the second half. There was no real reaction from Everton after half-time, as in upping the tempo a little bit. But Villa didn't look like they were going to cause any kind of threat either. And, the manager at Damari Gray warming up again, Ellis Sims. We had things flashing across their box. And we kept winning the ball back high. We were forcing Mings to just kick it anywhere, and Cons had done it a few times, and we had a little bit of joy with that. But when we got into the penalty area, the reality is Martinez didn't really have that much to do today. Okay, Jordan Pickford didn't really have either. He made, we'll come on to it, because Everton's best opportunity came, and I haven't seen it again, but there was a bit of bobbling around in the box. It's come over it, and Martinez has made a good save. It's hit the post, I think, and and gone onto the line. The referee's done the old, it didn't cross the line. And Villa had that the same thing, a good overlap from Luca Dean, good cross into the box, downward header, and Pickford's made an unbelievable save. I think it was Ollie Watkins made an absolutely brilliant save to push it onto the post, and Tarkowski smashed it to safety. And then they made the changes, and, Emery, who had come, we know he's a really good manager. He's got Villa organised. His antics, what I've seen him use at Villarreal and Sevilla, of wasting time straight away, which Martinez was doing from the first minute, rolling around and all that. It's frustrating, but it's also good management, because it breaks the game up, and he's a master at doing all of those kind of things. But fair play to him at 0-0, he went for it. He brought Buendia on, took Luca Demon off, didn't he? Took Leon Bailey off as well and put Moreno on, and they went for it. And within a couple of minutes, they got the penalty. And like I said before, Everton too weak in the middle of the park. And Garner gets himself the wrong side to John McGinn and makes a stupid challenge in the box when there was no reason to. I don't think, Villa to me didn't look like they were going to cause us that much of a threat. Or they weren't at that time. The game might have gone on, they might have done obviously, but up until then they hadn't. Brings him down, no complaints, it was a penalty, and Ollie Watkins smashes the ball down the middle to give Villa the lead. And then after that, when it went 1-0, your heart does sink a little bit because there's no goals in this team. You look at it and just go, and we don't beat Villa at home anyway, so to give them a lead is it was poor. And we huffed and puffed, and we had half opportunities. Maupay had another one on the 6-yard, but I don't know what he was doing. Gray, I don't know, was set up for a strike at goal and didn't connect with it. We'd had the chance with Iwobi at 0-0. There was Everton had about 6 appeals for a penalty, but Anthony Taylor, who for me was Villa's best player today, was that bad. Yeah, listen, they broke away. Buendia sent Cody the shop and someone else with a dummy. I've never understood defenders who if someone goes to shoot, you turn your back on them. I've just never understood it. And he finished it smartly with his left foot, and that was it. 2-0, game over. What I will say is once they went 1-0 up, they did control that last period of the game, and we didn't have an answer for it, and we haven't, because whoever's decision it was, Kevin Thelwell, the board, whatever, whose decision it was to go through the whole of January without bringing forward players in, it's going to be on their head. It's going to be on their heads if Everton go down, isn't it? Because we don't have any... Without Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Ellis Sims is raw. But for me, he should be playing right now. Take the edges off. Maupay's not the answer. And we don't have anyone else. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's simply not fit. And to allow that to happen in January when... Especially, the Fabregas questions, and Everton printed them on their website this week, and one of the questions dealt with the January transfer window, and they had the cheek to say they were looking at targets in September. It's embarrassing, but there you go, it is what it is. Man of the match is, I don't think anyone could say they played well today for me, apart from maybe Jordan Pickford. He didn't have that much to do, he made a brilliant save, like I just said. He made another save from Watkins, which he shouldn't be even worried about that. At any stage, it was one he should save. I forgot the Martinez save in the first half, didn't I? Sorry, I was thinking back then. They had it from, was it Tarkov? Oh no, Onana. Which Martinez made a really good save from the first half. But so Jordan Pickford, man of the match for me. And there you go. Disappointing afternoon and back in real trouble now with obviously Leeds winning and West Ham winning. So we knew it was going to be like this. So there you go. Right, that's my match reaction. Thanks for watching. See you later.